Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This is Marilyn Gale. Today I'm going to be making chicken Imoyo. Now, my friends in Nigeria, let me know if I am pronouncing anything wrong. Leave it in the comments. Well, just kind of phonetically spell it out the way, but I just call it Imoyo, and for those who want to look that up, is Imoyo. Now, this dish originated from slaves that were liberated from Brazil, and they settled in Lagos, Nigeria. I would make this recipe, but in moving into my home where I am now, I must have accidentally threw it away, and so I haven't made this in a few years. So I had to search for it. Now, to me, some of the items are missing, but that I used to make, it seemed like to me it was more spices, but I'm not sure because I always kept my recipe notes so I can make sure that I put the exact amounts. And this is such a delicious meal. And what I put into it was chicken. I put chicken, and I cut up some, and I left others like the drumstick. And the reason why I'm going to do a slow cooker, because I want it falling off the bone so I can just easily take it off the bone. Those parts that I did put in, take it off the bone, and that way you can eat it easily. Now, the ingredients that I put in was, I do it to taste, and I put like, let me just backtrack. I left the wings out and the giblets, the liver and all that stuff. I left that out. I put the breast and the thigh and the drumsticks in there. And with the seasoning, I put 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons. And if I need more, I'd rather be able to put more in. It's hard to take away. And this, I would say, is, this is probably a little over a pound of chicken. I put a 4th cup of pepper, black pepper. I put a 4th, not a 4th cup, excuse me guys, I'm gonna mess you guys all up. A 4th teaspoon of black pepper, a 4th teaspoon of crushed red peppers. I only put 1 onion in it. I kind of quartered it big like that. If you want a little more onions, you can use up to 2 medium onions, or if you want more, put more in. And then it calls for water, but I'm going to put, let me see, is that too close? Organic chicken broth, okay? And this is low sodium. I'm going to put the chicken broth and I'm going to cover it up. And if I need some more, I don't have any more chicken broth, but if I need some more, I'll just put the rest in water. And guys, why I'm doing this, that's good. That is so good. What I'm going to do is, I was going to say, for those of you who have not subscribed, I invite you to do that now and hit the notification bell. And you don't know what I'm going to do, recipes or a news story or a personal story time or what it is. It's called Being Marilyn Gale, so it's whatever that I find interesting, or if I feel in some cases that the viewers find interesting, I'll do that. I'll do everything but popping a pimple. So You can watch Dr. Pimple Popper for that. But anyway, I'm going to set this for 4 hours. I think at the 3rd hour, I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause this and come back and show you the rest. And I'm going to, at 3 hours, I'm going to just see how everything is turning out and put the rest of the ingredients in. At the 4th hour, I'm going to see if it needs more salt or anything else, and if it does, I can put it in and maybe let it do another 15 minutes or so. So anyway, I will pause it right now and get this started. Okay guys, what I did is let it cook halfway through. I added a bell pepper, 1.5 bell peppers, and I sliced them like that. You can make them bite size or whatever, cut them the way you want. Since I couldn't find okra, fresh okra, the only okra that I could find was the okra mixed with diced tomatoes. So I just bought a can of that and just added 2 of those Italian tomatoes, and that should be enough. You can add more or less the way you want. Also, I added a teaspoon of chili powder and like 1/4 of a teaspoon of crushed red peppers. And I added 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now I'm going to stir it around. And let it cook some more. I'm going to let it cook a couple of more hours in my slow cooker. Now you don't have to use the slow cooker. You can use the regular cooker, and if you you can use it, cook it on the stove top. And if you do that, when you put the chicken and the salt, the pepper, the onions, when you put the water or chicken broth or stock, you can bring it up to, you can simmer it gently for 30 minutes and then put your tomatoes and okra, if it's fresh, and then you're going to cook it another, let's see, you're just going to cook it until the vegetables and chicken are cooked. You're going to simmer it. And I'm going to make mine, I'm going to put mine over rice. And I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of lemon or lime. Okay, so I'm going to eyeball it and just squeeze what I think is a couple of tablespoons. I'm using fresh lemon. So guys, you know what? This has nothing to do with the recipe. I just want to share this. I went to the grocery store to get my ingredients for this meal, and I saw this tall guy, and he had his daughter with him. And I think, with what happened to those people in the helicopter crash, including Kobe and his daughter Gigi, and it just reminded me of Kobe and Gigi. This guy, he just picked his daughter up, and she looked like she was maybe about 7, and he just twirled her around. And this was in the grocery store. He just twirled her around. And she just giggling. And, you know, and I thought about what Kobe said. He's a girl's dad. And it just reminded me. And a sadness came over me. But then I thought about, you know, the little girl in the store and the guy, what was happening right then. And he was just enjoying his little girl. So he looked like he was a girl's dad. I just wanted to share that because it just warmed my heart to see that. And so I imagine that a lot of fathers and mothers, but a lot of fathers are just going to enjoy even more their little girls. And, you know, just enjoy as they grow up and graduate from high school, their prom, maybe go to college, maybe get married, have a family, you know, just enjoy life with them. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. It just everything you know, I look at TV and things still coming on, and I look at you know, the YouTube channels with still coming on. And some of you people are just saying, you know, some people are just saying, you know, let them rest, let them grieve. But you know, sometimes when you talk about things, it helps, and people grieve differently. And for some, it helps when you talk about things. And then some just don't want to hear it anymore because it makes it harder for them. So it just depends. People grieve differently, but I just want to share that with you guys. But anyway, back to the recipe. I'm going to cook that for the last 2 hours. And then at the last moment, maybe about the last 15 minutes, maybe the last 10 minutes, I'm going to add this okra and the tomatoes because, mind you, they're in the can, so they're cooked. This usually calls for fresh okra, but like I said, I did not have fresh okra. So what I did is I cooked some ingredients first, and then I put the second half afterwards. Then when everything is done, because I really don't want to taste it, guys. With chicken that's not done, you know, salmonella is no joke. So what I'm going to do is wait until I know it's done, and then I'm going to taste it and you know, taste it before I put the okra in. And if I need more salt, that's fine. If I need more of anything, that's fine. I'm just going to do it to taste. And you do that also. Just do it to taste. If you want it a little spicier, add more crushed red pepper. And this is just a great dish. And I'm going to serve it over rice. You can serve it over yams. I know that sounds weird, but we're gonna serve it. You could serve it over yams, and then I'll try to remember that other word that you know, it's a Nigerian word. Excuse me, but I don't know the name of the actual language, and I should research that. But anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna let that cook and for another couple of more hours, and it should be done enough for me to taste it and see what I need. Okay, guys, I'm just letting it simmer longer. I'm going to kind of make these small, bigger pieces and just kind of shred it a little bit, or at least make it bite size. But this is how it turned out. See the slices of onion. You don't have to slice it that big. You can slice it whatever size you want. The tomatoes, the green pepper, okra's in there somewhere. Actually is very good. What I did is all the seasonings that I mentioned, I put more to taste, but it's very good. Very good. So there you go. I haven't made my rice yet, so everybody knows how to make rice. So whether you make instant rice or let it, cook a while, the regular, they even have microwave little cups rice that you can do that with. But that's my Imoyo or the Imoyo. I have never heard the proper way to say it, but I just say it the way I see it. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to make my rice, but I'm going to end this video, and you will enjoy this. And this is my Nigerian dish, my chicken Imoyo, whatever proper way. And my Nigerian sisters, let me know if it's E or I so I can say it correctly. But leave that in the comments, and thank you so much for joining me. I enjoy cooking, so I'll be bringing you some more recipes. And I'm gonna get me a bowl of that. I'll make my rice, and there you go. Oh, and let me just say before I end this broth, what you do is what I'm gonna do, and what you do is you take that broth and you make your rice with it instead of the water to absorb all those flavors. So there's enough. I'm gonna take a couple of cups of this broth and make my rice. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me, and have a great weekend. Thank you. Good night.